Interesting. Seems like some people are a little uneducated as to how things work around here. So let me put on the robe and the shades a little early before the season starts to put things to rest. And we'll get into how bad the offense was in this padded scrimmage. But I've seen some people that are new subscribers, thank you so much, some people that have been around here for a while saying, you only like to talk about Aiden O'Connell when he has a good day, huh? Let me make one thing abundantly clear. I don't have a dog in this race. I don't care if it's O'Connell, Minshew, Brown, Tim Tebow, Matt McGloin, Terrell Pryor, Carson Palmer, Rod LaBorde, you watching who's playing the quarterback. As long as they get the job done, I don't care who does better or worse in practice or in a scrimmage. If Aiden's good in practice and Minshew's better in a scrimmage and Minshew's better in preseason, he better start. That's the first point I have to make. The second point is, just like I said, we are not going to overreact to training camp practices without pads. We are not going to overreact to padded practices where they're running 11 on 11, and we're not going to overreact to one scrimmage. It's important to talk about what happens positively and negatively in these scrimmages and in these practices, but if we're going to sit here and pretend like these things, like the stuff happening here is going to beat for beat happen during these games, that's just untrue. Now, maybe that is what will happen. Maybe our offense just sucks. And that's why I made the video about what should we do if O'Connell and Minshew are both bad. Should we consider Dak Prescott? And everybody said, oh my God, Dak Prescott, what are you talking about? We need to have a game plan ready if these two quarterbacks do not play to their highest potential. And Dak's going to be the best available quarterback, but I'm not going to talk about Dak. That was just an idea thrown out there. Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew and the first-team offense, without Devontae Adams, without Colton Miller, learning a new system, implementing it for the first time in live reps, went up against the best pound-for-pound defense in the league, and they looked terrible. Crosby was wreaking havoc. Jack Jones is picking off quarterbacks. We didn't move the ball at all. Minshew looked bad. O'Connell looked, I guess, bad too. One maybe was a little worse than the other. Doesn't matter. They both sucked. Doesn't matter who had the better day if they both sucked, right? Here's the thing. It's important to talk about this, right? And we should talk about it. What happened? But it's important to state the facts. The facts are, right now, neither quarterback is elite. So if we're going to say, oh, the sky's falling because these two quarterbacks played average against a great defense, that's exactly what's going to happen this year, guys. What we're going to need to do is win games with the defense where we have a disadvantage at quarterback. And that might be more often than not. I've said I think Aiden O'Connell is way better than his rookie fourth-round status would leave you to believe, considering what he did last season. I never once said he's going to be Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Big Ben, Phillip Rivers, Carson Palmer. I said if he could be 80% of Derek Carr, that's all we would need. And I think he could get there. But I never once said I thought he was the second coming. So when people are coming at me saying, oh, now you don't want to talk about Aiden, here I am talking about him. I got no dog in this race. I'm just telling you what I hear. And what I hear is that Aiden's better than Gardner. And even if they're exactly the same, that means Aiden's better than Gardner. Because Gardner's been doing this a while. So if Aiden has already tied him in every single statistical category and every single intangible that AP and Luke Getty are seeing, there's no question who's going to be better. Aiden O'Connell, because he's younger. I want you to think about this. Think about a team that has a mediocre offense in the National Football League, right? The Chicago Bears without Caleb Williams. The Arizona Cardinals last year, right? Teams like this, the Pittsburgh Steelers. If these offenses go up against this version of the Raiders defense, they're going to get embarrassed. It just is what it is. If a great offense like the Green Bay Packers or the Kansas City Chiefs goes up against this version of the defense, they're also going to struggle to score points. Remember how bad we made Jordan Love look? And it turns out he was the second coming of Aaron Rodgers? Patrick Mahomes in 2 games against us did not play that well? We made quarterbacks last year look absolutely ridiculous. And these are Hall of Fame quarterbacks and future MVP candidates that we made absolutely terrible. That doesn't excuse how bad they played in this scrimmage. I'm just simply stating the facts. And the facts are, we don't have any elite quarterback. Do we agree on that? Yes. The facts are, our best offensive weapon in Davante Adams is with his wife. Do we agree on that? Yes. The facts are, we don't have our starting left tackle. We don't have our starting guard in JPJ, right? We got a new offensive coordinator. We got new running backs, right? New offensive weapons, Brock Bowers, rookies. Patrick Graham, third year, same defense. Brought everybody back, added the best defensive tackle in the league, maybe besides Chris Jones. These are all facts. So I'm not going to come on here and tell you how bad it was and pretend like I was crying about it. It's to be expected. Now, is it good? No. I want them to show a little bit of heart. I want them to push back. I want them to be prepared and to be ready. And from what I heard, there was a lot of penalties from the offense too. And I believe AP will get that fixed because we didn't have a lot of penalties when he took over. But again, I don't have a dog in this quarterback race. I don't care which one starts as long as it's the better man for the job. And right now, I've heard Aiden is a little bit better. And like I said, even if they're still the same, that means you go with Aiden. The defense is the best defense in the National Football League. And I've heard great things about people you didn't even expect to be great, like Isaiah Polamau and Divine Diablo, right? Guys that you didn't think were going to be making an impact, like they are. Adam Butler. If these others can step up to be real big-time contributors, there isn't an offense in the National Football League that's going to look great against us. But let's talk about the negative deficiencies of this offense, because I don't want to make excuses for them either. And it's only going to make them better to go up against this defense every day. Both quarterbacks are bad. Gardner seemed to be forcing the issue. Aiden O'Connell couldn't connect on some deep balls. Threw a pick, triple coverage, not good. Trey Tucker, who I've been hyping up as this secret weapon all offseason. He's been dropping a lot of passes. That's not good. The running game has been kind of non-existent. The best running back that's looked the best so far is Dylan Laube, which is a positive for Laube and a negative for every other running back. But, again, this is one padded scrimmage in Costa Mesa with a new offense and an average quarterback missing the best wide receiver in the National Football League. These are just facts. They need Colton Miller and JPJ to get healthy because they need a great offensive line for these quarterbacks to be able to do what they need to do. And by the way, I've been saying, I just said this in the last video, AP doesn't need a quarterback to be a superhero. So Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew, stop forcing the issue. If you need to scramble because the offensive line isn't 100% healthy, throw the ball away. We do not need Matthew Stafford. We need Ryan Tannehill. We get Ryan Tannehill, we're going to make the playoffs. That's all we need. Ryan Tannehill in his prime. Not right now. I'm not saying go sign Ryan Tannehill. We need a great offensive line, or at least a good offensive line, because the best way for Gardner and Aiden to succeed is for them to both deliver the ball in a clean pocket. They need things to go the right way. Even somebody like Derek Carr needed kind of a clean pocket, right? He needed weapons. These guys aren't top 15 quarterbacks. Not yet, right? Maybe one day Aiden can get there. Maybe not. Most likely not, right? But if he could be 18, we'll make the playoffs. Let's all take a collective deep breath. The people in the comments saying, oh, you're not going to talk about Aiden, are you? Here I am. And it's not like I wasn't planning on doing it and then read the comments and said, you know what, I'm going to do it. This is always coming. But like always, like you guys know and like you guys are well aware, I take a second, I take a beat before I give you my thoughts on crazy things like this. Unless it's a game that we've played where I need to do a reaction right after, I'm going to take some time and give you my thoughts. And here are my thoughts. The offense was bad. Okay? But sometimes the offense is going to be bad. I warned you. Just like I warned you that Aiden was going to be the starter and we weren't going to draft anybody. Just like I warned you we were going to take Brock Bowers. I warned you all of that. I'm now warning you. There are going to be times where the offense is going to look bad. It just is what it is. This is the hand we decided to play. But if they can be good more consistently than last year, and if the defense could step up when the time is right, we're going to win a lot of football games. So let's all take a collective deep breath. Everything is fine. It was one padded practice scrimmage. Let's see how Aiden and Gardner both do in a preseason game, where they're going to have that defense playing for them. And apparently AP said they're both going to get an actual legitimate quarter each. And they're already ready to take hits because they've been taking hits in practice. So let's see what happens. Let's call off the dogs here. Let's not hit the panic button. Let's wait and see. Check out the Discord, link in the description below. It's free. Check out the Patreon, patreon.com/ALLaBorde Raiders. You get your name at the end of the credits. Early access to videos, exclusive content. Please be sure to subscribe. It's free out there on no charge to use. I love you guys, and see you next time.